So today we're going to take you through physical Piccolo's EZA. Now what we'll do is we'll go through the actual EZA battle first, and then what we'll do is we'll go and showcase him. So let's head over. Now this is going to be the team I'm going to bring. You need to make sure you are bringing yourself a power absorption team. That is the team that is super effective against the Piccolo, and also the one that ends up taking less damage as well. Obviously, because it's physical, I just bought myself a full STR team. You want to kind of have these STR units to end up buffering more damage and to help you take less damage as well. So let's actually see what the Piccolo does. So his EZA leader skill is 4 key and 172 Namekians. I do like that. Usually very small categories that need large buffs do end up getting that 4 key, which is nice. He's also a worthy rival's 3 key and 170 to stats as well. Both very good leader skills. He stacks defense on his super attack, and he has a medium chance to stun. So before, he only stacked his defense, so the fact that they are giving him that extra medium chance to stun means he's good for places like Super Battle Road. I do like that. Passive skill, 2 key and 140 to stats, plus an additional 40% to stats when performing a super attack. So that's great. So he's gaining a 20% buff on his super attack with the defense, and he gets another 40%. So after super attack, he actually gains an extra 60% for the turn, which is really nice. Launches an additional attack that has a medium chance of becoming a super attack when HP is 77% or more at the start of turn. Recovers 7% HP when HP is 77% or less, and recovers an additional 7% HP if HP is 40% or less, right? Okay, so nice little HP recovery, and then foresees enemy super attack, which I would say is the best part of his kit, obviously besides the stacking defense. His active skill, which is fusing with Kami, it can be activated when HP is 70% or more with another Namekians category added on the team starting from the 4th turn from the start of battle. So obviously we do have a lot of good Piccolos that have come out over the past year. Let's have a look at what he does when he awakens. So his super attack, he massively raises attack and has a high chance of stunning the enemy. No defense, which is a shame. 3 and 150 stats, plus an additional 50% when performing a super attack. Reduces damage by 40% flat. That's probably one of the better parts of this part of his kit. Launches an additional attack that has a great chance of being a super attack when HP is 70% or more at the start of turn. So pretty much the same thing, but it's now a great chance. Chance of performing a critical hit plus 10% up to 40%. The more HP remaining, the greater the boost, which is great. Recovers 10% HP whenever HP is 77% or less, and recovers an additional 10% if it's 40% or less, and then also foresees super attack. Very, very good, I would say. So now let's have a look and let's get into a showcase of him. So this is the team I'm going to bring. This is his 200% lead. Obviously, the Dragon Ball Super Piccolo leading him in Battle of Wits, and also, is it Namekians? And Bond of Master and Disciple, so that makes it easy, and making a full Piccolo team is also pretty easy too. We're only going to go into a run through of the 25th stage of the Infinite Dragon Ball history, because I just want to see how he performs. I want to make sure I can get off his active skill to make sure we get the transformation in the same video without taking too long. Alright, so here we go. We have him on a rotation. Straight away, you can see that Kami's going to do a super attack straight away, which is nice. So already you can see part of his passive come into play. So he starts off at 150k defense. That's pretty low. Him foreseeing the super attack is obviously like a big thing, like just in general. Obviously, if his defense is that low, you do want to make sure that you are kind of covering him until he's got enough defense, and honestly just until the part where he's able to transform. So in his base form, I mean, the fact that he stacks is good, but I don't think, based on what I could remember, that he stacks quick enough in this run. This is a 55% video. I do want people to know that. I don't have any more dupes of the guy, but at the very least, you get to see, if you don't have any dupes, you know, what he's really capable of. So about 4 million is about what he's sitting at, which attack stat wise is not the best. I mean, like part of his passive procced off, so we got 2. So he's sitting roughly at 8 million with 2 stacks right there. All right, so let's have a look at what he is in the next rotation after 2 super attacks. 276. So pretty much doubled what it was last time. I don't know if that's going to be enough. After super attack, of course, he does gain essentially 60% because he's going to gain 20% from the super attack and he's going to gain 40% from the actual passive. So he'd roughly be sitting at, you know, 300 to 400k. That's actually not too bad at 55%. So let's have a look. He did only get one more off. Yeah, not really a lot. 290 now. That could be better. I mean, like I said, he is getting pretty much 60% on super attack. So after he does super attack, he is going to be looking good, regardless of what his defensive stat is prior to the super attack. I'm not the biggest fan of his attack stats, but it doesn't really matter because he's not really an attack positive character in this state. Plus the fact that he does recover HP does make him quite good. Originally when I was filming this, I was actually quite disappointed, but I'm actually like revising this, having like what he does here and seeing what he's capable of during the showcases. I'm actually pretty impressed. But he's at 430. I believe that was after what, 5, maybe 6 super attacks. Okay, that's really good. I do like that. So that's what his defense is after that many super attacks. Now we are going to go ahead and transform with him. I don't believe I preview what how much defense he has in this rotation with him, but I do know based on when I show it later that his defensive stat doesn't decrease, but it doesn't also increase when he's in this state, right? But let's have a look to see what he does here. So he, like I said, he will be roughly sitting at about the same amount of defense. He doesn't raise defense on super attack for his super attack effect, but he does gain it in his passive, so he does gain 50% defense and attack when he super attacks. So he's actually closely sitting somewhere between 600 and 750, right, which is pretty good defense, and he's got 40% damage reduction. He's actually pretty crazy. He's actually pretty crazy at 55%, I must say. And considering if his HP is over the 77% threshold, he's doing an additional attack, like a 70% chance to do a super attack. That's very good, right? So that means he's going to make sure he takes as much advantage from the chances of him doing crit up to 40%, of course. The more HP he has would be the case, but the fact that he can also foresee super attack is great because you can just slot him anywhere. Let's have a look. This is most of his links active. Yeah, there he is, about 460. Right, so yeah, like I was saying, his defense doesn't actually increase that much, or even really change at all when he transforms. But this is going to probably be the best attack stat that we see, because this is where we have him pretty much all of his links active. We've got 6 out of 7 links active, which is going to be real nice. But as you can see, there's no super attack in this turn because Piccolo does foresee super attack, and we're not seeing that at all, which is cool. But there you go. So he's got about 6.4 million with about a 40% chance to crit and a great chance to do an additional super attack right now. And he doesn't get it off, which is actually quite strange. But if he would have done another crit, which would have been good. So he is really good. He is really good. So, and this is just 55%. If the guys are rainbowed, I couldn't even imagine how good he is. Look, guys, that's going to be it for today. Let me know what you think of Piccolo down in the comment section below. Whether you thought he was good or not, I'm really curious to see what your thoughts are about him. But we'll see you on the next one, guys. See you later.